Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about the newly approved Connecticut Highway Use Tax. Now, before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday, we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased on owner-operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you provided on all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming. And let's talk about this new Connecticut Highway Use Tax. This is a big deal, and I actually initially watched the video by the mother trucker himself, the Asian My Show. I'll link it up here if you guys would like to take a look. You're more than welcome to. And but the reason I'm making this video today is because, unfortunately, he didn't go into much detail, so I wanted to do a little bit more digging and get a better understanding of this, and of course report back to you guys. So here's kind of what I found out. This is a big deal, and the reason for it is because it is newly approved, and it is a measure that's going to Governor Lamont's desk now. And why it's a big deal is because Governor Lamont has tried to pass an all vehicles traveled miles tax back in 2019, but legislators chose not to vote on it. They basically denied voting on it completely, and that was supposed to bring in $600 million a year of revenue to the state of Connecticut. Now, this newly approved, if you will, Connecticut Highway Use Tax is a tax based on miles traveled, just like he wanted to do it initially, but plus truck size. So it actually begins with 26,000 pound trucks and to trucks over 80,000 pounds. So all semis are included, overweight, oversized, all that stuff's included. It's estimated to produce $45 million in the first year that it's going to be out, and then $90 million thereafter for every year that it's basically out as a law. Now, it begins in January 1st, 2023. Starts off with 2.5 cents a mile for the smallest trucks up between 26,000 and 28,000 pounds, and goes up from there based on gross weight up to 17.5 cents per mile for larger semi trucks. And basically this is going to apply to all roads, not just highways. Now the kicker here is that they actually wrote into the law exempting state and federal vehicles, state and federal organizations, political subdivisions, and also if they're in a milk or dairy product type of business, transport business, and it has to be from farm to farm, then they're also exempt. Everybody else is going to get hit with this this tax. And remember, this is above and beyond the IFTA tax, your IRP, mileage charges, etc., that you pay quarterly and annually for the IRP. So this is above and beyond that. So the question is, will this burden the businesses, or maybe will this burden the consumer, or maybe both? Definitely weigh in the comment section below. We'd love to, hear your take on this. But like I said, this is a law that is very likely to pass here very soon. And Connecticut, see, the thing with Connecticut infrastructure is that it's been completely fallen apart. They're working on what's called a special transportation fund, which has been finishing up in deficit every single year except last year. And I have I have a suspicion that maybe it's because not a lot of vehicles were traveling last year with all the lockdowns that were going down. Now, the fund's emergency fund, emergency reserve, it actually depletes in 2026, so they're kind of in a hurry to find a way to tax, truckers, consumers, drivers, what have you, in order to be able to start bringing in more money. Now, like I said, they wanted to pass one that would bring in $600 million. That did not pass, so now they're looking at $45 to $90 million annual. And the problem is that so similar types of laws actually were dropped out by 20 other states in the past. So it doesn't have the best track record, but it may end up burdening the state, because the question is, what's going to happen? I mean, are truckers going to just stop at the state line? Is all the freight going to move on LTL and box trucks and things like that? Because it starts at 26,000 pounds, not 26,001 pounds, right? So it could actually, make it difficult for a lot of guys who have registrations of box trucks, for example, or LTL or hot shots, things like that. So it may be heyday for hot shots, but it may be a big deal and a big burden on the state of Connecticut. And this Connecticut Highway Use Tax may become problematic for in-state carriers because they have nowhere to go. You can't just say, I'm not going to carry throughout the state of Connecticut, because they live there, they're based out of that state. So it may become problematic. And the bottom line is that you must have a permit by January 1st, 2023. That's when it goes into effect. And like I said, it's very, very likely to go into effect. So please weigh in the comment section below. Leave your comments. Let's start a conversation. What are your plans? What do you think this is going to happen? Is this going to burden the consumer? Is this going to burden the trucking companies, the carriers themselves? Is this going to hit the in-state or out-of-state carriers? Is this going to affect the actual states? And what's up with the fact that they exempted themselves, the state and federal governments, the milk producers, et cetera, transportation companies? Leave your comments below. I'm going to switch over to camera. We're going to talk about the loads that we've covered and booked for our customers, and I'll talk to you guys in just a moment. Welcome back, guys. Let's take a look at some of these loads. Got great freight for vans, reefers, vented vans, you name it. Guys, we're going to start off with a reefer coming out of University Park, Illinois, going to Bluffton, Indiana. 32,000 pound load of pet food, easy on-off type of load. Very short, 165 miles booked at $1,000. Got them $606 per mile. Then Dayton, Ohio to Greencastle, Pennsylvania. 40,000 pound load of food of all kinds. 395 miles booked at $2,300. Got them $582 a mile. Then Shippensburg, Pennsylvania to Boonville, Indiana. 35,000 pound load of prime foods. 639 miles booked at $1,500. Got them $235 per mile. Then Robarts, Kentucky to Kirksville, Missouri. It was a 42,000 pound load of fresh pork. 397 miles booked at $1,900. Got them $479 per mile. Then Mount Pleasant, Iowa to Canal Fulton, Ohio. This was a 16,000 pound load of spinach wrap and a few other products thrown in. 609 miles booked at $2,500, got them $411 a mile. They finished off with Tiffin, Ohio with a one-pick 3-dropper going to Salem, Virginia, Hickory, North Carolina, and a final in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This was a 16,000 pound load of fresh U.S. food service type of products. Very light load. 840 miles booked at $5,000. That got him $595 a mile and a very respectable amount of miles. Did an absolutely amazing job running for 7 days. Ended up grossing $14,200 and ran 3,045 miles at $466 per loaded mile. Excellent rates, guys. Very well done. Next, we have a vented van with Linden, New Jersey, going to Monrovia, Maryland. 43,000 pound load of groceries. 216 miles booked at $1,200. Got them $556 a mile. Then Baltimore, Maryland, going to Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is a 19,000 pound load of paper rolls. It required a TWIC card. It was picking up out of a port. There was a $65 escort fee. Got 657 miles booked at $1,725, which got them $263 a mile. Then out of Stanwood, Michigan to O'Fallon, Missouri. This is a truckload of water. Now, this one was originally booked at $1,700. We got another $93.95 in detention at the shipper, plus $150 tonu for a load that had canceled earlier that day. So I ended up actually booking this 518 miles at $1,943.95, which got him $375 a mile. Then Edwardsville, Illinois, going to Newnan, Georgia. This was a 13,000 pound light load of pet supplies. 589 miles booked at $2,000, got him $340 a mile. And they finished off with Eastman, Georgia to Monrovia, Maryland. And this was a 42,000 pound load of watermelons, which was exclusively for vented vans. The shipper wanted vented vans on this, or the customer required a vented van, so that worked out well. 737 miles booked at $3,500, got them $475 a mile. And usually vented vans are really an excellent piece of equipment for spring and fall season, but as you can see, even in the middle of summer, vented vans are required or requested. So I highly recommend venting your vans if you own the equipment. Certainly do not vent rented equipment. Now, that was it. They ended up running Monday to Monday, grossed $10,368.95, running for a week with 2,717 loaded miles, running at $382 per loaded mile average, with 275 miles of deadhead added on, which brought them down to $347 per mile with deadhead included. So excellent run, no matter how you look at it. Next, we have a reefer coming out of Jonesboro, Arkansas, going to Salem, Virginia. 40,000 pound load of frozen Nestle products, running a -1 on a reefer. It was a Nestle to Kroger delivery. 698 miles booked at $4,000, got them $573 a mile. Then Graham, North Carolina, going to Mount Pleasant, Iowa. It's a 43,000 pound load of beverages. It was a dry load, so the reefer stayed off on this one. 910 miles, booked at 2,500 bucks, got him 275 a mile. Then Ottumwa, Iowa, going to St. Louis. This was a 43,500 pound load of ice cubes running, I believe, at -10 on the reefer. Now, the load was originally booked at $16.50 going to St. Louis, but when it got to the receiver, their power was out, so they had to reroute and deliver to Decatur, Illinois. And so for the additional miles, we got another 500 bucks. So that ended up running 381 miles and ended up making $2,050 on line haul. 538 a mile. Excellent rate, especially for a load of ice cubes. Next, we got Germantown, Illinois, going to Cortland, Indiana. 35,000 pound load of eggs running at 35 degrees on the reefer. 254 miles, booked at 1,500 bucks, got them 591 a mile. They finished off with looks like Huntingburg, Indiana, going to Council Bluffs, Iowa. This was a 40,000 pound load of fresh turkey. Basically, this was a load designed to get the driver back home for the holiday weekend. 623 miles, booked at 1,700 bucks. Got him a very respectable 273 a mile and got him home for the holidays. Driver drove Thursday to Thursday, ended up grossing an excellent $11,750 for the week. Ran 2,866 loaded miles at $410 per loaded mile. Plus, they only had 385 deadhead miles, so a total dropped down to 361 per mile with deadhead included. And we're going to finish off with a dry van team. These guys ran, let's take a look. Laredo, Texas, going to St. Rose, Louisiana. 24,000 pound load of palletized liquor. 655 miles, booked at 2,300 bucks, got them 351 a mile. Then Hattiesburg, Mississippi, going to Miami, Florida. It was basically finished goods, tissue, paper type of products. 40,000 pounds on the weight. 820 miles, booked at 3,300 bucks, got him 402 a mile. Then right out of Miami, going to East Alton, Illinois, 20,000 pound load of palletized copper. 1,231 miles, booked at $2,800, got him 227 a mile. Then Granite City, Illinois, going to Alpena, Michigan. Full load of beard on this one. 678 miles, booked at 2,405, got him 355 a mile. Then Sheboygan, Michigan to Columbus, Mississippi, 39,000 pound load of paper products. Clean load, 1,012 miles, booked at 2,500 bucks, got him to 247 a mile. And finished off with Hamilton, Mississippi, going to Lolita, Texas. 43.5 on the weight, load of non-hazardous chemicals, palletized freight. 723 miles, booked at 2,300 bucks, got them 318 per mile. They absolutely killed it. This team ran Wednesday to Wednesday for a week. Dry van team, $15,605 in gross. At an average of 305 per loaded mile, running 5,119 loaded miles. Excellent rate for a week of running for a dry van team. Very well done. And guys, as I say every week, if you're not making this kind of money, you can be. We work with both leased on owner operators. We lease you guys on. We also work with carriers under their own MC authority. If you're working with a leased on owner operator and you're not making this kind of money, if you're getting charged too much, if you're not seeing your rate confirmations, guys, we're a very low cost, inexpensive program that's also completely transparent with the owner operators. You'll get every rate con. We're very open, and every week you'll get a statement that you don't have to decipher. If you're a carrier, you have your own MC authority, you got your own truck, your own trailer, you have the willingness to go out there and make good money, you have a friend in us. So definitely get in touch with us by calling or texting 801-448-6363. You can also go on our website at aftdispatch.com/go. Get more information there. Every one of our web pages has a chat box. Fill that out. We'll get back to you. We'll answer any and all questions that you may have. We'll get in touch with you. We'll put you on our email list. You will get your information. So again, aftdispatch.com or call or text 801-448-6363 and let's make some money, right? Until next week, guys, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.